I sneezed at the same time.
that was not on sync at all. That's okay.
It was a huge sneeze.
It's been like a minute since we all actually recorded.
For real.
I know.
It's like what, at least
like 2 or 3 at least.
And this is at least. And we're finally in like real time, as like the realest time you'll get for the podcast.
Wait, it's all synced up the right way?
I didn't say that, but this one will finally be synced up the right way. The past couple ones, no, those are out of order. Because I have ADHD, and I'll start one podcast and then like stop it because I have an idea for the next one, and I'll start that one and then stop it and then go back and forth. And then one's finished before the other ones are finished. So this is how my brain works.
I got you.
And welcome to Bros and Murder. Who am I this week? I am the hologram of Tupac Shakur.
Oh, that's really
This
cool.
week I am a new cat dad.
Oh,
So cute.
He's a little shadow, a little chaos noodle.
Is that his name, Chaos Noodle?
We're actually still kind of narrowing down the name. We've got like 4 or 5 in contention that we just call him all the time. His adoptive name was Linguini, which I kind of like. It's like the pasta, linguini. But we also like Fang. We also like Chaos Noodle, Destroyer of Worlds, Shadow Man.
I like that. I fuck with that.
Yeah. It's been awesome. But man, trimming cat's nails, that sucks.
Oh, I just take her to the groomer. I don't even try to do that 'cause she gets mad at me.
I am super sweaty.
Ooh, what are you
this
super
week.
sweaty from?
I was running. I've been running a lot, so I'm tired too. I'm
Like,
trying to get back into
for a reason, or
Yeah, I want to get back into running. I used to run like 50 miles a week, and then I stopped running because COVID happened, and I felt like I had nothing to train for. And now we are 9 weeks away from a baby, and I want to be able to go running with her, like in a little stroller.
Those are always my favorite people in races.
yeah, I've seen those on like Instagram. Yeah.
It's one thing to run a 10K. It's another thing to run a 10K while pushing a baby.
Yes.
I don't know, something about quarantine. Lots of babies. Like 6 people in my office are having kids. They're like all due in the summer.
Because you got nothing better to do, but just stay home and get cream pie. So, you know.
What? Did you say cream pie?
Yeah, not the dessert. The activity.
Nice.
Oh no.
But yeah, so this episode we're doing Found. Last episode, or episode before that, we did Missing. So this is the other end of that. We're talking about found cases. So, Battle, do you want to start? Because technically in the last episode release, you did start. So
Who started last
technically,
time?
it's you.
Oh my flippin' gosh. Okay.
Take the reins.
Yeah. Okay.
Zaddy.
Yes. Zaddy. Damn, Zaddy, it's like that. Yes, so, hello everyone. I hope everyone's
Zaddy,
doing
chill.
well. Yeah, right? I am doing well, and I was... Andre is just drinking wine out of a bottle. I just want everyone to know. Like, he is not... Like, he doesn't have a cup. He's being super extra right now with that bottle of wine. I think it's a Snoop Dogg one, too.
It's my Snoop Dogg wine. Yep.
It's a Snoop Dogg.
I love it.
Crimes.
It's great. Honestly,
So-
you should get on that wave. Snoop Dogg wine is great.
Well, I like wine too. So I'm going to be talking about a woman named Rochelle Stubblefield. And I don't know if this is people's first time listening, but I'm Battle, and I hate cold cases. However, this cold case has,
You hate cold cases, you hate missing persons cases.
Yes. This is pretty much
But I still force you to do both.
But then, yeah. I just hate them because there's no closure. I want closure. I'd rather know something than not know anything whatsoever. That's just me, though.
I want to see you suffer, and that's just me.
Yeah. Well, that really freaks me out, Andre. So does cold cases. But whatever. I just hate disappearing acts. So enough about me. Let's talk about Rochelle, right?
I need to know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me.
Are you good, dude?
That would be disappearing.
Oh. I got scared. I was like, what's going on?
No, I just casually passed out.
I hope not, because I don't know who would we contact
Oh,
if something
yeah.
happened.
One of your sock puppet accounts on Facebook.
If it's my time, it's my time.
So Rochelle was a person that never really had any problems with her socially or mentally or anything like that. She was described actually by her mother as someone who is caring, had good grades in school, overall like a helpful person and a good person. And before her death, she was studying to have a degree in criminal justice because she wanted to work in the justice system. As a student at a private Catholic university called Calumet College of St. Joseph's, Rochelle was involved with the Black Student Union. The president of the Black Student Union said that and I quote, "She stuck to my side like glue, and she literally became my left hand." So she was very influential and positive around the people that was around her. Along with being part of the Black Student Union, she also was a frequent at a place called Study Buddy Cafe, which was located at the college, which the cafe was a place where you can go get coffee and hang out, study, like it's in the name. I think every campus has something like that. So while she was at the Study Buddy Cafe, she made friends there as well. But not only was she a social butterfly, she was also a college athlete. She was a track star and had a scholarship to attend the college that she was at because of her talent and skill. So I always think, what else didn't she really do? Like, I think she did a lot. She had a lot going for herself, and I think it's really awesome that she was well versed and so enthusiastic about being around people, just being helpful, and also learning at the same time, because it's hard work and it's really hard to just juggle a lot of things, and she had that going for herself.
Oh boy, yay. Boy, do I know it.
Right? It's been a struggle for me just to wear multiple hats and do stuff. But I will say it does help me feel like I'm growing as an individual when I'm actually doing multiple things.
Well, and
But there is mental
student
fatigue that
athlete
comes along
life
with that.
specifically is crazy involved. You're, training 4 hours a day and traveling on weekends, like when you're supposed to be doing like projects and papers and stuff. And on top of it, sounds like she was doing some sort of like community organizing.
Yeah, she like working with the
Yeah.
Black Student Union. I think that's really dope. It's really cool to be a part of a lot of different organizations if you have the time, but I get it, it's tough. So another thing, before her disappearance, there was something special about her. During all the things that were going on, Rochelle was carrying a baby at the time of her disappearance, and she was about 8 months pregnant, and she was approaching her 21st birthday. Yes. So I want to give a trigger warning about this case because it is deep. So her friend Jennifer Figueroa, the barista from the Study Buddy Cafe, became really good friends with Rochelle. Jennifer stated that the last time she saw Rochelle was a day or so before she went missing. One thing that was interesting about the last time that Jennifer saw Rochelle was that Jennifer had brought in candy bars that her daughter was selling, and Rochelle was like, "Hey, I got you. Let me sell these for you." So she, Rochelle takes the box of chocolates and helps out her friend because, again, she was a helpful person. I want to put that out, like really ingrain that she was a good person. So that day, Rochelle was actually able to sell most of the candy bars and brought the rest back to Jennifer. And the last thing that Rochelle said to Jennifer was, "I'll see you tomorrow." And on November 10th of 2015, this was the day that she goes missing. And it took 2 whole days before she was reported missing. And once she was actually reported missing, her family came out and said words and said that she was happy to be a mother, and she even had a name for her son.
Why did it take
His
2
name
days?
was. It took 2 because I don't know. Like, I don't think that she was showing up to classes and people started to like realize, okay, what's going on? You know, it's different too. I know for me, like if something were to happen to me, I have Melinda. That's like when I said earlier, if you really would have passed out, like who would we tell? Who would we contact for you, or who would we contact? Robert, I don't know. You live with someone. Yeah, you live with your partner, right? Yeah, so like it's different. So like if she's by herself, it's kind of hard for someone to say, okay, yeah, this person's missing immediately versus.
Well, and it was 2 days, right? That's pretty quick, honestly. Yeah.
Right. So, but her son's name was Amir Deshaun Thomas Stubblefield. Now, her boyfriend, Darren Fuller, was a suspect in the disappearance or murder of Rochelle. Because shortly after her disappearance, they questioned Darren about her disappearance, and of course, he denied he had any relationship with her, and also said that was not my baby.
Suspect.
Yes, super sus, because 11 days after her disappearance, Darren was arrested according to court records, and his girlfriend at the time stated that she went to pick up Darren from an elementary school and when he got in the car, he said something happened to Rochelle and he was the one that did it. Not only, he said that he did it to the ex-girlfriend, but not only that, on November 20th of 2015, the police get a tip from Illinois police that said people had come in with information about a possible homicide. And in the tips that came in, they were from Darren's family members who said that Darren had admitted to killing a woman who was 8 months pregnant with Darren's child. He said that himself. And he
just been going around telling him this off.
Right, he's like, yo, guess what I did? You know? Yeah. So he said it all during a phone conversation, and apparently he was just afraid to pay child support. I don't know, but
what the fuck?
Well,
it's
either you pay child support, you pay the child support, you pay off the debt, or like if you don't, they're just gonna garnish your wages, and I guess I don't know, just die. I don't know. I guess kill someone. I don't know. What the fuck? Don't have that weak pullout game, bro. Like, look at me. I'm about to be a dad.
I was going to say, yeah, your pullout game was mad weak. What do you mean?
Right? Case point.
So
taking the advice from this man.
I should have listened to Andre, people. So fast forward to August 25th of 2016, and January 24th of 2017, the police conducted a canine search for Rochelle's remains by the school that Darren was at. They found nothing. However, the canines did find an area that indicated presence of human remains on the sandy hillside. And when the officers actually dug in the area, they found nothing. So it wasn't until August of 2019 where Darren's now ex-girlfriend, said that they drove away from the school and he was throwing things out of the window. That same night that he told her and they picked her up, she said that he was throwing things out of her car window, and it was Rochelle's things. Also, it said that he killed her by...
Why was she sitting on this information?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know. Like, that's the thing, too, because, like, they interviewed her before, but then, like, I don't think they pursued anything. It's an okay ending. I think there is some justice, and we'll get to it. Okay. So, he told his ex-girlfriend that he killed her by strangling her to death. His family members that actually called said that Darren choked her and stabbed her in the temple. In custody, he was charged with 2 counts of murder and 1 count of obstruction of justice. He was denied bond. So as of right now, he is in police custody, but this case is still ongoing. So there is closure, but not 100%, but there's also witnesses that almost seal the deal, so I don't know why they're dragging their feet. That this will probably become a short as one of the videos as soon as we figure out what's going on.
Did they find the body?
But no remains have been found whatsoever. A Lake County judge actually entered a not guilty plea on behalf of Darren. This was July 24th of last year. So as soon as I have more updates, I definitely want to let everyone know, because this is something that's wild. Like, she goes missing, she's pregnant, just vanishes off the face of the earth, but they have leads, and it's hard to... I think what's going to be difficult is keeping him in prison because they don't have hard evidence. And if they could get phone records...
Something concrete other than hearsay.
Of the... Right, exactly. So that's where it is at the moment. So it's there, but it's not there at the same time, because he had his ex-girlfriend, but also 2 cousins say, yeah, this dude called and was like, yeah, I fucking stabbed her in the head. Yeah. So that was my case, and I hope it was a little nicer.
Well, and it's really unfortunate that even if they find the objects he was throwing out the window, like if they do end up being Rochelle's, like, you know, he has reason to have his fingerprints on them because they were dating. So,
right,
man,
dating.
Unless they find the body or like the murder weapon, I don't know.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
I know, it makes me so nervous when someone's that close to getting away with something clearly terrible.
No, because he is like right on that fucking line of walking scot free from it, because it had nothing concrete other than just like 3 people. I mean, like, on one hand, I want to be like, that should be enough to like convict them for it, but on the other hand, it's like, no, that's not enough.
I know. I like try to put my mind in like from the perspective of the jury. Like, if you were on that jury, and you know all the evidence you had was, you know, three phone calls that no one actually has records of. Like, I don't know.
I couldn't on a good conscience be like, oh yeah, you're guilty. But hopefully that...
Yeah, and it's tough too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would hate for him to be another victim of the justice system that gets put away for such a long time, and they don't find out until like 30 years later that, okay, yeah, this person didn't do it. Let's try to make it better by making him a millionaire. And it's like that people...
help.
You need to realize the mortality of life, and something that's finite is time, and money does not replace time. Like, so this is a tough case, but there's a little closure and then there's not at the same time. I just thought it was a good one for this episode.
I hope we get more info. I like that case.
Well, so mine, a little bit shorter, really gross and dark, but we'll get to it after a small break.
Aw, really gross and dark? Are you talking about me? Thank you.
And we're back. So now, between Fort Bragg... No, wait, Battle, where were you? You were on a ship.
No, I was not on a ship. I am Navy, however, I was with Marine Corps the whole time. I was next to Fort Bragg. I was at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
So, when it comes to like Fort Bragg and Fort Hood, I'm pretty sure you understand like the history.
Yep. Fort Bragg is like both of those places are. I mean, I think any military base has their dark secrets. At the military base that I was at, this person was decapitated in the barracks.
Wow, convenient.
Right. Oh no.
Yeah, it's so common. People fucking freak in the military sometimes.
So, between Fort Bragg and Fort Hood, both of these duty stations they're dreaded by soldiers. Like, I remember going through basic training, and like at the end, they kind of read off the list of like where you're going. And when people got told Hood or Bragg, you can just see they're like, fuck. Because it's just a long running history of people like getting murdered or disappearing or getting sexually assaulted. Mainly at these 2 places. And no one really knows why. and there's never really that much of an investigation into like why did this keep happening. So now my case is about Enrique Roman-Martinez, who was a 21-year-old paratrooper stationed at Fort Bragg. He had went missing during a shoreside camping trip with his friends in North Carolina. Like, this is last year, Memorial Day. Mm-hmm. And his partial remains, including his severed head, washed up on shore days later. So, Enrique Martinez.
Are you okay, Robert? Like, your face, you're just like...
it's just like thinking about...
Robert's face was just like...
all the crime shows that start off with like regular everyday people finding like bodies. Like, finding a head at the beach is like a really rough day to the
that'll scar me for life.
At the beach. Like...
Yeah, no, I'm gonna need a lot of therapy after that. So now Enrique was a 21-year-old paratrooper with the 82nd Airborne Division stationed in Fort Bragg. He went to a campsite with several other soldiers on May 22nd, and the group went to, after like hanging out, drinking, doing camp shit, they went to bed around midnight. The next morning, everyone woke up, nursing their hangovers, and said that Enrique was nowhere to be found. He was just gone. They called his cell phone, like everything was going out of his tent. So they called 911, and later that day, people came out, military personnel, and they launched a full-on extensive search of the area and the water and shoreside for any sign of where he went. He just vanished without a trace. It wasn't until about like a week later, about a week, it was May 29th, when investigators discovered partial remains of Ramon washing up on shore. According to a released autopsy, those remains consisted of Ramon's severed head. The head was slashed in several places and had a broken jaw and fractured spine. The soldier's eyes were also missing, and his hair had also been pulled out, like in chunks, as if he was in a fight or someone just ripped his hair.
That's like some serious like corpse desecration. Like, that seems much more than just like, got into a drunken fight on the beach and died.
Yeah. So they said due to like his body being in water for so long and being submerged, they couldn't determine the cause of death, and the case and everything like that is still open. Last news that we had really was just they're still investigating. That's what the Military Times said. Like, last thing they put out a couple months ago was like they're still looking into it, and his loved ones are still looking for answers. And there's a reward out for $25,000 for any information on the killers, or what happened. And I'll put all that in the show notes because this is still an ongoing case.
That is so crazy.
The soldiers who were interviewed couldn't give any kind of story on why he'd go missing, who would like want to hurt him, like nothing. No one said anything. They're all like tight-lipped. And the case is it stopped there.
Hey people, how about this? Let's not be buddy fuckers.
That's what my first thought was. I was like, what the? I was like, what? Like, one of y'all know something. One of you know something, and you're all. I was
gonna say, I tell my friends that all the time. If I know you killed someone, I'm going to the cops. Like, no, we don't play that game. I'm protecting you.
I've always threatened to call the cops on people if they try to drink and drive. Like, you better believe I will be a snitch. If you kill someone and you can fight the battle, I will tell. I'll be a fucking rat from, like, that dude from Recess. I'll write it down and tell. What's that?
Randall?
Yes, I will be a Randall and fucking snitch.
Fucking hated Randall. I never wanted to beat anybody's ass so much than Randall.
And I'll look like
I
that,
wanted to fuck him up as a kid.
I'll have that rat-looking face.
So now I was looking at this on Reddit too, and looking at some theories. And one person, and the person got dragged for this too. So he said that Enrique might have been drunk and like walked into the shore, and that's how he died. But then everyone was like, how did he get decapitated if he just drowned in the water? And the dude was like, animal.
Gangland killing from local dolphins.
Yeah, like there's no fuck, yeah. Like, even if an animal did somehow decapitate him, there would be more than slashes and some hair pulls out of it.
Right. I was gonna say the level of brutality.
When it comes to the eyes being missing, I can see, all right, some animals might have got onto his remains and ate his eyes out. But hair pulling and then cuts on the face and then a broken spine, to me that sounds like he was attacked.
Yeah, a broken spine, a broken jaw. His eyes were missing. His hair was pulled out. Bitch.
Yeah, it sounds like a blatant attack. And I wouldn't be surprised if we found out that it was someone in that squad of people. Yeah, that was my case. I'm sorry that it was short, but I just felt like
that's good.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of stuff in the last few years that are getting exposed. I'm waiting for the rest. Of the
last year alone, there was several different people in Fort Hood who kept going missing and getting murdered. And just no
and I think 2 women came forward about being raped.
It doesn't make any sense.
Specifically at Fort Hood.
Oh, dude. Talking about sexual assault on military bases is something else, because that happens so much
between men and women.
Yes. And
when I was in Kuwait on my last deployment, a dude got cracked in the back of the head with a frozen water bottle and raped.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. Mm-hmm. That was my case. Let's get on to Robert's.
Where
well, my cat's already on top of me, so you'll have to get in line.
Oh, wow.
So, mine has my favorite boogeyman of all of history in it, but I'll let you guys try to guess who that is.
Wendy Williams?
It is not Wendy Williams. So, February...
Candyman?
Real life. Actual group of
real
people.
Real life Candyman,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh. Is that what you're talking about?
So, February 1897.
Candyman?
It is not Candyman.
I'm just kidding. I'm being a dick.
So, in what is now Nigeria, but was then the Kingdom of Benin, their capital was raided. It was essentially burned to the ground. The death count is not really known, but we know that it's most likely in the thousands. And some incredibly important artwork.
Is it the Catholic Church?
No, but you're on the right track. Some incredibly important artwork and religious icons were stolen. And...
Shut the fuck up.
So they're called the Benin Bronzes. And they're large bronze tablets that depict important historical events. They depict religious deities, the history of Benin. Because, this culture is how they recorded their most important events, was through these bronze plates. So along with the bronze plates, you also had gold, ivory, all general spoils of war stolen from Benin. Do you have any guess where they might have been found?
At the hole at the bottom of the sea?
Germany?
British Museum. It's always the British Museum.
Son of a bitch.
Doc, we goddamn British.
Okay, so the British Museum, this is your official call out.
Fucking redcoats.
Return all of your stolen artifacts.
And in the most disrespectful way, too.
Yes,
this is your call out.
It's unbelievable. If you go onto the British Museum's website and you look up the Benin bronzes, it in detail describes, yes, during colonialism, we, the British, attacked the Kingdom of Benin, stole all of their wealth, officially declared it spoils of war, and then kept it. And they've publicly asked for it back, and we said, well, you didn't put it in writing, so did you really ask for it? Literally, 1 second, I have a quote from them. From their website, publicly, while no formal written request has been received to the return of museum's Benin collection in their entirety, the Benin Royal Court has made various public statements asking for Benin collections to be returned. What do you mean? Do you want them to get a certified mail to the?
So what boy?
What?
They did a stamped and notarized.
Even worse than the academics at the British Museum saying, well, we can't trust those Nigerians to take care of their own history. We need to keep it in our fancy museum.
They probably got scammed then.
They didn't even keep all of them.
They're probably just bitter because they got scammed by a Nigerian
They
prince.
sold huge sections of the collection all over Europe. So they don't even have them all anymore. It clearly wasn't about maintaining the culture and history if you went on to sell them. You don't care. Return them to the people that it is their history.
I don't...
Return the fucking slab or suffer the consequences.
And,
This sounds like a job for Nicolas Cage.
Or
No, he's not old enough. He's too old now.
we need a Wakandan prince to steal him back.
Yeah, we need Shuri. Someone call Shuri. We need her and like Lupita to just go over there and start fucking some shit up.
Yeah. So, and also, obviously, the British have stolen artifacts across the entire world because for a time there was the sun never set on the British Empire because they were in like every continent in the world. Colonialism is evil. The British crown is evil. And if y'all are hyping up British celebrities like the royalty, I'm disappointed in you. They're evil.
I did just watch, finally, Do You Want to Marry Harry? That reality show. Awful. Horrible show. Yeah. Oh, God. So, basically, they got a Prince Harry impersonator, and they got 12 women to think they're going on like a bachelor type show to marry Harry. And the plot twist was, at the end, the winner finds out that it's not actually Harry.
That's terrible.
Reality TV show in general, or reality TV in general, like, there's some real shady shit going on.
But shit, that was the episode, and I thought it was great. I loved all the cases. Well, I want to say I loved all the cases. I love the conversations around the cases. We always spark some good ones.
Yes.
Like, for instance, fuck the British Museum.
Fuck the British Museum. Give us back our shit.
For that battle, do you have anything to plug?
I don't have anything to plug yet. All holes are open.
Jesus.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
People are gonna think I'm really kinky, and I'm really not. Like, don't touch me at all. Like, I get so uncomfortable. Like, don't touch my arm, please.
I am currently writing a spoken word poetry piece for a friend of mine who's writing a space opera. So that's kind of cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a.
Ooh.
He said, I want it to be about an astronaut trapped in space, and I want it to sound really lonely. And I'm like, okay, I got you, homie. So I'm writing a lonely astronaut poem.
Up with that.
Lonely
Lonely Space Boy. So, when it comes to social media, you know, check out those weekly vids. The season's coming to an end, and we're gonna have some like announcements about what's happening in the future. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do some murder shit.
We'll cover some
yeah.
murders, right? We're not gonna go do any, because I didn't sign up for that.
I don't know about you personally. I got some vendettas.
Also, we're Bros of Murder. We totally didn't say it.
Damn
We're
it!
Bros of Murder, and we talk about true crime of
I know I
color
said it.
and enjoy this artist that you've probably never heard of before. Bye.
Johnny.
Bye.
I'll take a yellow sip, cause I'm tryna have a better day. Ain't gonna get delirious, just sit here by the bay. Might take a bigger sip, starting to feel okay. I think the party's getting serious, so all the other things can wait. Never listen to warnings, but there's no reason to worry. Done with my second drink, getting a little tipsy. Ain't gonna get delirious, so party hard till I'm 60. All the other things can wait. All the other things can wait. Well, I took too many sips. I mean, what exactly is too many? As long as I'm walking, I'm okay. I'll feel better anyway. Forgot about my problems, but how am I gonna get